Welcome to another 50 ways to fill a sketchbook video. Today we're doing an exercise that I'm titling Blobs, but Make It Cats. Today's video is sponsored by Native. Hello my friends, what's up? Welcome back. My name is Shayda Campbell and this is my series 50 Ways to Fill a Sketchbook, where I give you inspiration, prompts, and ideas for how to fill those blank pages. Now today's video is a little series within a series. It's a mini series that I'm titling Blobs, but Make It ... Today's video being Blobs, but Make It Cats. It's just what it sounds like. We're gonna paint these messy watercolor blobs, and then we're gonna turn them into cats. So this is a little series that'll be part of the 50 Ways series. This is an exercise I'm doing to fill my sketchbook. It really gets you thinking creatively. It gets you away from wanting to be perfect all the time, which is a bad habit of mine. And it's just fun. It's endless as far as the topic too. Today's video is cats, but I was thinking flowers would be an obvious choice. Maybe naked women. I think when you see how illustrative it is, that'll make sense. But please comment below and let me know what else you'd like to see for the blobs, but make it ... Okay, let's get started. Since this is part of the 50 Ideas series, I'm working in my Canson watercolor sketchbook. These are available on Amazon. All the supply links are in the video description, and they're a really good price, which makes them great for doing practice work, like sketchbook stuff. Inside, you'll find 140-pound cold-pressed paper, which takes wet media really beautifully. And we've already done a bunch of projects together in this 50 Ways to Fill a Sketchbook series. And I also released this one over the weekend for my patrons. It's a gouache and cherry blossom painting. If you want to catch extra videos, be sure to support the channel on Patreon. It's just $2 a month. Okay, let's get started. To begin, I've mixed up some cat-ish colors like gray and brown. I'm also bringing a little white over to my palette, and I've mixed up some orange because we'll do orange cats. I'm trying to kind of play around here, and I've got kind of a gray mixed with a little bit of brown, gray mixed with white. I'm using Van Dyke brown. I've got Van Dyke brown mixed with a little bit of white for a lighter brown. So those are my colors. You can mix up something similar. And then all we're gonna do, and I'm working with a number 8 round brush, is make some blobs. It's hard to make blobs that don't look cattish at all, and it's totally okay if you want to do like I'm doing here for the second one and kind of giving my blob some ears. But you basically don't want to overthink it. You want to just lay down some swatches of color. You can practice your wet into wet, like lay down some light gray and then release some darker gray into it, or some brown into it, and just make a bit of a mess. Okay, that one I did give it tail. That's a little bit like cheating, but you know what? It's all good. It's your own art project. I'm going to do some that are a little cattish, and then some that are like literally just messy blobs of paint, like the first one I did. And we're going to take these redonkulous blobs and turn them into cute little cats, and that's kind of the fun of the project. So you can do some rounded blobs, some longer blobs, some long, thin blobs, whatever you like. Play around, have fun, practice your wet into wet, and just try not to overthink it too much. Okay, once your page is filled with cat-like or non-cat-like blobs, you can always add a little darker color to some of them, but you don't have to do that. Now's the time to let everything dry, and we'll grab our fine liners. I want to take a moment to thank Native for sponsoring today's video. Native products have long been a hit around our house, as we've been trying for the last 3 or 4 years to really cut down on our plastic use. We don't use saran wrap or plastic bags or paper towels. And so I love that Native's plastic-free deodorant now comes in new and improved packaging. It's earth-friendly and 100% plastic-free. It uses the same formula as their regular deodorant with much more sustainable packaging, saving you 37 grams of plastic with every plastic-free deodorant that you purchase. Native is not only aluminum and paraben-free, it is vegan and cruelty-free as well. It dries quickly and it's not sticky. Let me tell you about the scent. Normally I'm an unscented girl. I don't like heavy perfumey stuff, but these are just lovely. I got the lilac and white tea. It's floral like a garden, not a grandma. And I got the cotton and lily, and it smells like fresh laundry. I found them to be delightfully subtle and gender neutral as well. If you wanted to get yourself 3 plastic-free deodorants just like me, that would normally be $39, but use my link and code Shayda. You'll get 3 of them for $26. That's over 33% off. Use code Shayda and you can also get 20% off any body wash or toothpaste. Okay, my blobs have dried beautifully. You just want to check and make sure that they are in fact dry, and then we'll grab some pens and a pencil and eraser as well. I'm using my Mulatto black liners. These are nice fine liners. They come in different nib sizes, which allows you to be wonderfully precise. So for this, I want to use some larger nibs like my 05, 07, even the 1 millimeter, which I can't seem to find, but I'll dig it out. Okay. So let's start drawing cats. And just like the blobs were messy and silly, these cats are meant to be messy and silly. So your basic cat shape is going to be like the circular head with 2 little pointy ears, and then you can kind of do a blob-like body, maybe put some little, hint at little paws and a tail. And the face can be incredibly simple as well. 2 tiny dots for eyes, some whiskers, and a little nose with a line below it to show the snout. Let's do another one together. They're all going to be a little different, but they're all going to be very, very similar. So 2 pointy ears to start, little rounded head, and then maybe the body is just like an oval shape as well. That's really all you need to hint at cat, to say cat. And then for the paws, we can just put these little like U shapes, a tail off to the side. This one I'm really trying to go with the blob. You're always kind of trying to work with the blob that you laid down, but you can always be very simple. And if you'd find it easier, just do it in pencil first. Like for this one, I wanted to do this cat who's kind of leaping through the air, or maybe he's lying out on a rug. So I kind of wanted to draw it in pencil. I did this long body with the paws in all 4 corners, and then the head, of course, is just a circle with the 2 pointed ears, and he's got his simple face, 2 little eyes, whiskers, a circular nose with the line below it for the snout. Let's keep on going. This guy has sort of a round body and a big round head. Like, I don't know. I'm just kind of trying to look at the blob and see what would that cat look like, if that makes sense. Like if it's a sort of a rounded blob, I might draw this fat cat. If it's a long, thin blob, I might draw this lean, mean-looking cat. We're drawing cats who are lying down, cats on their backs, cats on their tummies. Just have fun with it and stick to the general illustration here, which is circle for the head, 2 little ears, a basic like oval body shape or big round body shape, and then all you have to do is place some basic paws and a tail somewhere. You can draw cats facing away from you, draw cats looking right at you, staring you down, and when you're all done, we can put a little title in the middle. I'm thinking cats. What I hope this exercise really shows you is that when it comes to illustration and watercolor and any type of art, you can be so playful. You can draw cats just like a child would and still make them really interesting. I think they already look great, but what I want to do now is add a little more coloring, and we'll do that with watercolor, but you could add some brush marker or pencil crayon in at this point, or colored pencil, if you call it, if you're non-Canadian. If that is your preferred medium or a medium you're more comfortable with. So what I want to do at this point is add more coloring and detail to these cats. And I'm going to use watercolor and a wet on dry technique. That is just what it sounds like, painting on top of dry paint. And that's going to allow us to be really, really precise when we add these stripes and dots and whatever else to the cats. I want to definitely do a calico cat, maybe a Siamese cat, but I'm starting with just layering and adding stripes. So I added some dark gray on my gray gray cat, and now I'm adding some dark orange on my orange cat. Same with the brown one, actually. This guy looks like he needs some spots, not stripes. That would be cute, and I'm just playing around. This kind of exercise also allows you to be very playful. It's almost like you're creating little characters. This cat looks a little mean, or this one looks a little sleepy, and you can paint them accordingly to how you see them. And they come together and they start to sort of come to life in a really cute, sweet way. With that said, let's do one more little striped fellow here down in the corner. I'm going to add a striped tail, and I'm kind of just adding stripes on his sides to show that his belly wouldn't be striped. And then I want to attempt a calico cat and that Siamese cat. So stripes are looking good. This guy with the very, very light gray, he looks almost white. So I am going to make him calico, and I'm putting some nice dark black splotches. You can be very playful and free with this. You don't have to get it exactly right, although I think it does help to look at some Google image searches of the cats that you're painting, so you can capture a few of the key features without really, having to get too detailed. So I am just trying to match the color of the calico, that reddish brown and the dark black, and I'll just place the spots sort of at random. And then another good example of capturing key features is the Siamese cat. I am painting his paws black and kind of blending that black out ever so slightly. Same with his ears. And then I'm going to make sure I capture that kind of diamond dark coloring on his face, on his little snout. And by capturing those sort of key points of the Siamese cat, it's really, really simple to make him look the way I want. And then, okay, this guy gets a few dark gray stripes, and I am pretty much done. Maybe I'll blend those out with a little bit of water to soften it, and that's it. This was so much fun. I had this idea for this blobs exercise in my head for a while, and it was even more fun and turned out even better than I imagined, so I hope you'll give it a try as well.